It's literally been months since I've done a DVD and Blu Ray update, and to be honest, that's my fault. I always find myself with very little time to sit and actually record videos or get online, so I haven't done one in a while. I've bought a lot of stuff since the last one, so I physically can't show you everything that I've gotten. So what I'm going to do, I actually spent this weekend in Manchester, and got back today. While I was there, bought a few things, and also I've been off work for a couple of weeks on holiday, so I've ordered a few things as well. So I'm going to show you what I've picked up over the last 2 weeks or so, and take it from there. So first of all, the stuff I've ordered. Now, with the new David Cronenberg film Cosmopolis, starring Robert Pattinson, coming out, and it's in cinemas at the moment. I'm waiting for it to make its way to a cinema near me. I decided to catch up on David Cronenberg's back catalogue. I've seen most of his movies, but there were just a handful that I hadn't seen and thought I would pick up. Now, all of these I ordered online. I actually had to search for a couple of them because I think some of them have gone out of print and been deleted. So the first is Shivers. I actually picked this up from CEX. The basically used films, CDs and gaming store. They're a chain here in England. They have a website, webuy.com, which if you go on, I'll link all the stores and stuff that I used in the underballs. But CX are really good. You do really pick up a deal. I think this was £1.50 for Shivers. I also ordered Rabid, but they weren't able to source it. So Shivers, I've never seen it, but I've always wanted to, so there's that. I also ordered, this one I got from HMV for £5, and that's The Brood. This is the 2-disc special edition, which contains both the UK and the US versions of the film. Again, another Cronenberg I haven't seen, so you'll have to bear with me because I've only had a chance to watch a couple of what I've bought, so we'll see how this goes. Another one I ordered from Amazon, which was I think just under £4, is Naked Lunch, which my friend Sam on YouTube, he's the Lucha Media Geek, said that it's a very tough watch, very, very difficult to sit through, but it's one that I'm interested in seeing. And another is Dead Ringers. This is the film starring Jeremy Irons, in which he plays twins. This is a film that actually I had the Lucha Media Geek and DVD Weasel from YouTube come and stay over for a couple of days, and we sat and watched some movies. This was one of them. We were going to film a review, the three of us, but the next day we were too hungover and tired to film, so we decided against it. But we all really liked this. I think Liam is DVD Weasel, Liam and I really popped for this in a big way. This was a really, really good, rewarding film. Jeremy Irons is brilliant in it, and considering it was made in '88, the effects on the twins when you have two versions of Jeremy Irons in the same frame are just astounding. For the time it was made, it really makes you wonder how they did it. So that's Dead Ringers, very good, rewarding film. A DVD I got from a store in Manchester called B.com, that's BEE.com. There's another David Cronenberg film. I could only find it in a double pack, but it was only £2.99, and that's The Dead Zone, starring Christopher Walken. Also comes with Firestarter starring Drew Barrymore, neither of which I've seen, so that's another Cronenberg film I picked up. So all in all, 5 Cronenbergs. Still need Rabid. But that's those so far. Also picked up a few others, well, I think just a couple of others in B.com. The store is actually called B.com. First of all, there's New York, New York, the Martin Scorsese film starring Robert De Niro. I think this was made in the late 70s. I love Scorsese. Scorsese is one of my favourite directors of all time. This is one of his lesser-known films that I've never actually watched. This was $2.99 for the special edition. I also got the 2-disc special edition of The Toolbox Murders, the Tobe Hooper remake, which I really wanted to see it years ago when this remake first came out. It got pretty good reviews, and I really wanted to see it, but could never find a copy, and just happened upon it in B.com for $2.99. So I picked that up while I was there, and again, like I say, that's a 2-disc special edition there. Even came with a booklet. These are apparently, some of these are pre-owned. The Toolbox Murders and New York are pre-owned, but you still get the booklets and the inlays and stuff. So whether or not they are actually pre-owned or they're reissued or whatever, I don't know, but it was down as pre-owned, so $2.99 each. Then we went to a store called That's Entertainment. I believe That's Entertainment is a relatively newish chain. They've just started popping up around and about. I don't know whether or not they're only in the north of England, but I picked up while I was there in a 3 for £5 deal Snake Eyes, the Brian De Palma film. Another film I've always wanted to see and have just never got round to it, and they had a few copies of it, so I picked that up. It was in the 3 for £5 deal. My girlfriend Laura got a couple of CDs which were in the same deal, some Dandy Warhol's albums. Terrific band, actually, one of my favourites. She had 2 Dandy Warhol's albums, couldn't find a third one that she wanted, so she picked up Snake Eyes for me, which was very nice of her. They also had a 3 for £10 deal on Blu-rays, so I picked up the first 2 Rambo films on Blu-ray. I would have got all 3, but they'd run out of copies of Rambo 3, so I got the first 2 Rambos and Animal Kingdom as well, a film that's been recommended to me several times but I've not had the opportunity to see, so it was in the 3 for £10 on Blu-ray, so I thought I'd pick that up as well. So that's those. Those are the only Blu-rays in this update. We went to a store called FOP, spelled FOPP. Now this one doesn't have a website, but it's essentially HMV has run-off stock that they can't sell, so they opened another chain of stores called FOP and use that store to sell the stuff that HMV just can't get off the shelves. So you get really good deals in FOP. You do get the more obscure movies and music in there as well, and more obscure vinyls and stuff like that. It is a lot more kind of alternative in what it sells, but that is by no means a bad thing, because I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite shops and it always sells really terrific things. So there were a couple of films here that were supposed to be £5 but were £3 with any other purchase. The first of which is Chungking Express. Another film I've not seen, but I'm a big fan of Wong Kar-wai. I absolutely love In the Mood for Love, and that's a very good film. Chungking Express is one I've always wanted to see. Also picked up a Greg Araki film called Totally Fucked Up. Greg Araki is a filmmaker that I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with. Mysterious Skin, the adaptation that he made, is one of my all-time favourite movies. I absolutely love Mysterious Skin, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Brady Corbett. Terrific film. I also really like his latest film, Kaboom, starring Thomas Dekker, I believe, the kid from the Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles TV show. That was another great little indie film. I saw a film called Nowhere that he did, which is a bit terrible, to be honest. I mean, it's watchable, but it's nowhere near as good as the others. Totally Fucked Up, I believe, is one of his earlier films. Yeah, 1993. So I thought I'd pick that up and give it a chance. Also picked up for £3 David O. Russell's Spanking the Monkey, starring Jeremy Davies. Just thought it looked interesting. I can't stand David O. Russell, although I do quite like the movies that I've seen, main one being Three Kings that he did. His movies are okay. He's an idiot and a dick and I hate him, but I thought I'd give Spanking the Monkey a try. And also picked up a collection of 2 short films by Shane Meadows, re-released by the BFI, the British Film Institute, and that is Small Time. I love Shane Meadows. This is the guy that did Dead Man's Shoes, Room for Romeo Brass, and This Is England, Summer's Town. He's done some terrific British English films. So I always do say, anybody who wants to know, who maybe doesn't live in England, never been to England, and my American friends, I always say, if you want to know what England's really like, watch Shane Meadows movies. So Small Time is one I've never seen. Like I say, it was recently re-released by the BFI, so I picked that up. That was actually £7. That was quite pricey, but I did have a look on the internet while I was in the store, and you couldn't find it at a better price than that anywhere, so I picked that up while I was there. The next 4 films, these are the final 4 films of the update, are all Arrow video releases. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Arrow is a DVD and Blu Ray label here in England, in Britain rather, that are re-releasing basically 70s and 80s cheesy grindhouse exploitation films, but giving them the 5-star treatment. Now, they specialise in Blu-rays. They've done some restored versions of things like Dawn and Day of the Dead and Brian De Palma's Obsession, The Exterminator, all of which are great movies if you ask me. They also have been doing some only on DVD but also giving them like 2-disc or sometimes 3-disc special editions with reversible cover sleeves, things like collector's booklets, essays, bits and pieces like that. They're always loaded with special features. So I picked up some of these because they had some that, to be honest, I'd never even heard of. And I thought I'd give them a go because I do like what Arrow have re-released. I'm actually planning on doing a video just for the Arrow films that I own. So the first of which, this one is actually available on DVD, on Blu-ray as well as DVD, but is really expensive. Online, the Blu-ray is about £14 and the DVD is about £12, but I found the DVD in FOP for £5, and that is Dario Argento's Phenomena, starring Jennifer Connelly, where she apparently has psychic powers and is able to control bugs with her mind. Again, I mean, this is just loaded with special features. As you can see, it's got terrific cover art there, but you will see more of that in the Arrow video that I do. So that's the first one. Then the next 3 are only available on DVD, I believe. There is by George A. Romero and Dario Argento again, Two Evil Eyes. This is a double bill that they did together in the 70s, I believe, and it basically contains the facts in the case of Mr. Valdemar, which is by George Romero, and The Black Cat by Dario Argento. Again, you get a really nice cover. This is £5 as well from FOP. I think they're actually £5 on the Arrow website at the moment as well. But that is another, I mean, 2 directors that I have nothing but respect for, so I thought I'd pick that up. And the next is a film I'd never heard of called Street Trash, but again was £5 and has been given the 5-star treatment. Contains memoirs and featurettes and stuff apparently, so that's another film I decided to pick up, again £5. And the final film is a sexploitation movie called Bear Behind Bars. Now this is one that God bless her, I actually asked Laura if she would have a problem with me buying this, which she didn't. But again, I thought that this looked really quite interesting. It's about female prisoners in a southern American prison being abused and sold into prostitution. So it is a sexploitation movie to speak of. Again, it was £5, and I thought I'd give it a chance because, like I say, I have really enjoyed what Arrow have re-released so far. So those are the 4 Arrow films that I bought this weekend. There they are together. And as I say, I will be doing a video just for my Arrow movies because I really want to show off what Arrow are doing at the moment. Arrow, if you can find them cheap, they're brilliant. £5 each for these special editions is a cracking deal. But you do find with the Blu-rays that they are overpriced. They've just re-released The King of New York in a steelbook, which is about £18. So if you can shop around and look in these smaller, more obscure stores like FOP, I think there's only like half a dozen stores nationwide. But if you can have a look, you will find deals. So if you can find them cheap, pick up the Arrow films. They are quite brilliant. And that is everything that I've bought in the last couple of weeks. So what I'll do, I'm going to make my DVD and Blu-ray updates a bit more regular because I know that you guys have been missing them. I've had quite a few comments about that. So that's what I've been buying over the last couple of weeks, and it may be in another 2 or 3 weeks I'll do another DVD and Blu-ray update. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. Please feel free to subscribe, rate, comment and all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. You make it all worthwhile. I'll catch you later. Thank you.